Welcome to the Great Girlfriends podcast, where we discuss life, love, laughter, and everything in between. We're your hosts. I'm Sybil Amuti.
And I'm Brandis Daniel.
And before we jump into this week's episode of the podcast, make sure you sign up for our newsletter at
thegreatgirlfriends.com.
And don't forget to leave us an amazing iTunes review.
Yes, that is the payment for listening to this podcast.
I love it. 5 stars all the way. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Great girlfriends, it's Sybil here. What is going on? I hope everything's well in your world. We are in the thick of conference time. As you know, we've got Doers and Disruptors taking place June 13th through 15th in New York City. Our sponsors, Shea Moisture, Macy's, and a host of others are bringing together a spectacular weekend of connection, of love, of fun, of conversation, of breakthrough, all the things that happen at our Doers and Disruptors conference every year. As you know, it's the 4th year of the podcast and it's the 4th year of the conference. So we are super excited about this experience and we really hope to see all of you there. We have some great speakers, great speakers. But don't take my word for it. Go to the website, thegreatgirlfriendsconference.com. Take a look at the lineup. Take a look at the schedule. It is out. We would love to see you there. Welcome you to New York City with open arms. And if you are a New Yorker, we just want to love on you, hug on you, connect with you even further. So definitely check it out. Also, for those of you who haven't grabbed your FabFitFun box, oh my gosh. I received a box in the mail and I am absolutely overwhelmed by the content. I had no idea what to expect from the brand, and I've got to tell you, FabFitFun does an excellent job of curating a box that really speaks to every part of who you are as a woman. So we've got the code in this episode for you to get $10 off your first box at FabFitFun. You need to listen on through the episode. It's a word that you won't miss if you pay close attention. The coupon code is right before your eyes. But anyway, it retails for $49.99, but the value of the box, I promise you, is over $200. And when I look in the box, I really do see so much more product than I could have ever imagined. So it retails for $49.99, but we've got $10 off in this episode. Listen through. The commercial's going to air. You want to get that discount and you want to grab a box. I promise you, even if you don't get it for yourself, get it as a birthday gift for someone else. It is really a spectacular experience. I have so many new products that I probably would have never experienced had I not received my FabFitFun box in the mail. So get yours today. Okay, so you're enjoying this week's episode. It is a glimpse into our 2018 Doers and Disruptors Conference, a conversation on self-care that had participants Misa Hylton, Kéla Walker, and Angelique Miles. And so this week we're talking about being selfish in your own mind, body, and spirit care, taking care of you, being intentional about the care that you put into the vessel that you are. Listen in, enjoy the episode, and get to Doers and Disruptors. Shea Moisture and Macy's have set aside a great experience, and I want to see you there. Okay, enjoy. I want to share this conversation. I want to start by Angelique. I'm going to start with Angelique. I'm just going to honor Angelique. And I'm just going to, there's a thing I call fine wine. And there's a thing I call fine wine, and that's women who just carry the essence of beauty internally and externally. All of these women are fine wine. I'm significantly highlighting Angelique because Angelique is not 30. She's not 40. Angelique, tell the ladies how old you are.
I'm 51. I'll be 52 in August.
This, my friends, is fine wine.
Thank you.
This is fine wine.
Thank you so much.
And so a big piece of what we're talking about today, ladies, is that. Everything that we want to be, everything that we want to embody, sometimes women are chasing it, but not taking possession of it. And one of the things that was so significant, if you follow Angelique on social media, you see her fitness journey, you see how she has taken mastery over her body. And she's done it with mental, spiritual, and physical rejuvenation. Kéla decided she was ready to take ownership. And she did it, and she grabbed up a whole bunch of women to join forces with her to take ownership, of her physical body so that she could enjoy her purpose. Misa is a life coach. Misa has taken mastery of the full scope of things, and she helps other women to really take possession and ownership of what God has gifted us, and to get a good look at how we approach all of that. So Misa, let's start with you. Misa, how does a woman provide the ultimate self-care?
The ultimate self-care starts with getting in alignment with who you truly are, you know, and really understanding yourself, what your needs are, and making the time and taking the steps to accomplish that and to really tap into who you are. We're goddesses, right?
Yeah.
We really are, and we are creators, mothers, sisters, friends, girlfriends, all these titles that we hold, but who are we really? Who are you inside? How do you tap into that? How many women here have ever took the time to say, what makes me happy? What do I need? What do I need every day that will keep me in alignment with who God called me to be and who I want to show up as under all these roles? How many women?
Anyone? Yeah? I did.
You did? I did too.
I have. That's a great question.
Yes.
It's a necessary question.
It's necessary.
Kayla, you asked that question, and that was what made you take repossession.
Right.
Tell us a little bit about the turning point for you.
I think I was where so many women have been at a space and time in their life, and you know, you sort of, life is good. You're living well, you're eating well, and then you might be eating a little bit too well. And you know, I just at a place where I didn't feel good when I looked in the mirror, and I was like, some things ain't right. And you know, again, you look in the mirror and you sort of like, okay, well, if I put my hands up, I look like everything is where it's supposed to be. It looked good. But then you start like tilting your head and squinting your eye, and it's like, if I got to do all of this to look good, maybe I need to do some work.
Right.
And so that was that turning point for me where I just really wanted to look in the mirror and feel proud again and feel like myself and not like something I just sort of unconsciously grown into, if you will, and made that decision to, okay, let's make this change. And I also just want to fit my clothes. Selfishly, like I was just like, I got some nice clothes, I want to wear them. And shopping wasn't fun anymore. And you know, shopping, we want shopping to be fun. And when it's not fun, you got to go shopping just so you can fit something. You don't want to be there. You're like, this is some BS. So for me, those were all the things I was like, okay, I need to make a change. And let me stop talking about it. Because we're talking, we're like, I need to, and like, stop talking about it and be about it. Like, really put action behind those words. What are you going to really do? And that's why I love, like, walk it like I talk it right now. Because I'm like, I'm trying to walk it like I talk it. And really put action behind the words.
I love that. And Angelique, how about you?
For me, years ago, I lost, I was in the music industry for a very long time, and that came to an end abruptly. And it was a big part of who I was, so I kind of felt lost. Felt like I lost myself. I was turning 40, so all these things were happening. My body was changing, and I didn't know who I was. So I started working out consistently, and because it was the one thing I could control. I could control how I looked. If I look good, I feel good. That's how I am. I don't know about anybody else. If I look good, I feel good. It makes everything better. So for me, it was just about, like I said, I was at a place in my life where people who I thought were friends weren't calling me back. I had no control over anything, my finances, my work life, my personal life, but I could get up every day and I could go to the gym and I could work at looking good and feeling better. So that's, and like I said, also turning 40, my body started changing, and I was like, okay, what we're not gonna do is go out without a fight. Not going out without a fight. So I fought.
I love that. You fought hard, too.
Fought hard. Still fighting. Fighting harder than ever.
And you won.
Yes, you won.
Thank you. I'm winning.
I feel like one of the things with all of your stories is that you were all in for the most part, a good place, right? Angelique, your story is a little bit different, but you guys were in a good place. So what's that thing that makes you go from, say, I'm good where I am, but I want to be great? It's like, what's the thing that makes you go, okay,
I'm good. I'm known as Misa Hylton, the stylist, but now I actually want to take all my life lessons and give them to women. And kind of what gives you the courage to make that shift?
Well, I actually found myself out of balance. Being a mother and being an entrepreneur and having clients that were very demanding, I noticed that I was giving out so much to every person, my children, my clients, every person that needed me. And I sort of found an identity in that, you know, like being the giver, giving everything. And I found myself depleted. And that's when the question was raised, what do I need to do for me? Because this doesn't feel good. You know, I feel good in the sense that I'm helping others, but when I'm with myself, I feel drained. I'm not sure anymore of what I need. So I need to figure out what that is. And that was the catalyst for me to sort of make changes and really tap into who I wanted to be, how I wanted to show up outside of the role of being a giver and being a mother and being a leader and being a boss. And so I don't know, did I answer the question?
No, this is good.
And so I find that in life when you have to pay attention to yourself and your body speaks to you, how you feel, you have to pay attention to that and sort of give yourself that time. You know, we have to give ourselves time. You're going to hear me say that a lot because we give out so much. And so giving myself that time and getting quiet and listening to my body and listening to myself and asking some important questions led me to sort of create from a place of power and deliberately.
I love that. Kéla, what did you have to say no to kind of make the shift in your life?
So again, it sounds really bad. I had to say no to a lot of things, and it sounds bad, but I think, again, we get so caught up in our day-to-day lives, and I'm not a morning person, so I had to be like, no, you can't sleep in late. You got to get up and go work out. And it's like little frivolous things, but those things add up, and I think a lot of times, like, I wouldn't do things because I was like, I don't want my hair to sweat. Like, my hair ain't gonna be right, and I had to start compromising these things that really, in the bigger picture of things, mean nothing. Like, girl, get up and take care of yourself. Go get this workout in. Like, stop worrying about your hair. You're going to figure it out. Cross that bridge when you get there. And I also had to start saying no to, like, nah, I can't go to happy hour because I'm focused on my health right now. But we can go do this healthy hangout. We can go do a little soul cycle and some salads if you want to do that. So I had to say no to those really frivolous things or just that lifestyle that I'd settled into and was happy with, and just start saying yes to my health and yes to me and yes to a routine that was healthier and better in the long run.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. What about you, Angelique? What did you have to say no to?
I had to say no to my old life. You know, I was, as I said, in the business of music, and I was very successful, and I had to really just say, that's not what I'm doing anymore, and move forward instead of always looking back. Because for a while I looked back about things I had, the friends I had, the things I used to do. So I just had to say, you know what, it's time to move forward.
That's so big, because I think sometimes life is calling us forward, but sometimes it can be our body. You know, it could be the shell that we're in, or it could be the mental state that we're in that keeps pulling us back, but life is calling you forward. You're a fitness influencer now. That was waiting on you. But in order for you to get there, you had to move forward. You had to go beyond some of those things.
Exactly.
When you think about some of the ways that life is calling you forward, and you've had to probably create some essential habits to help go forward, what are some of the things that you do now that you do differently in this new realm of where you are? I want to know that from each one of you. Anyone can answer that one.
I get up every morning and I work out.
Every day.
I don't think about it.
She loves it, though. She loves working out.
That is
Yeah,
a
you do.
misconception.
You look like you love it.
I don't love it.
Well, you look good doing it.
I be like, I got my workout in today, Angelique. I'm good. I'll see you on the next one.
I don't. See, someone just asked me that a while ago. I'm
People
like,
always see
I
you
don't
in
love
the gym,
it.
too.
I don't
hear it
love
all the
it.
time.
But I love the results.
Okay.
I love the results. But working out is hard. If it's not hard, you're not doing it right.
Yeah, that's
So It's hard. So while I'm doing it, I'm like, this is killing me right now.
And
But
that's
my glutes are gonna be up here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna lose these 10 pounds by my birthday. Like, I'm always trying to lose 10 pounds by the way.
She's on the eternal quest to lose 10 pounds. The
Always.
Eternal quest. No matter where she at.
That way I
she's on the
never gain
eternal
it.
quest.
I never gain 10 pounds. I'm always trying to lose 10. That's my trick.
I like that.
So, yeah, I just don't even think about it anymore. It's become a habit. I work out Monday through Friday. Admittedly, I did not work out today
Okay.
because I had too much to do. But I'm going to work out tomorrow to make up for it.
Okay.
So I'm committed to at least 4 or 5 days a week of sweating or training and weight training. So I'm committed to waking up every morning and I'm not an evening workout person. If it doesn't happen in the morning, it does not happen. So I just commit to that.
Okay.
Did I answer the question?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good. What are you doing differently? What are you doing differently? What are you integrating? I know I can say for a fact Kayla's up at 6:30 in the morning because I'm on her
slaying.
IG story.
Yeah, I got a
And
class.
she's up with her
and I feel
sunglasses
obligated.
on.
Yes.
And she's headed to go
We up
work
and out.
out.
And I am not
so
a
when you
morning
say you're not a
person.
morning person,
I am
that
not.
surprises me. But you want the results.
I want
So
the
you put in
results, and now
discipline.
that I have a class, the Slay for Life class, where we're encouraging everyone to come out. And Slay for us stands for start loving all of yourself. It's not just like, yes, girl, you better slay, but it's start self. And when you do that, you find that things fall into place. And you know what I am committed to is those women that sign up for this class and who are coming out because they saw me work out or they saw something with my trainer or they saw us together and they're like, well, listen, if you can do it, a person, I hate working out. Like, I got a whole Emmy nomination for not working out. Like, I hate it.
So I have to tell you, so a few years ago, when I moved to Brooklyn, I said to Kayla, I'm in Brooklyn, you're in Brooklyn, let's go work out together. She's like, I don't work out.
I said, what? I meet you on the
I
other
don't do
side.
that.
She's like, let's walk. I said, walk. If I can't see it, I'm not walking to it. No. But, you know, for me, it was a chore. Working out was a chore. And I don't, you know, it's not, I am committed to not looking at it like a chore and also not about, we always say like the destination. A lot of times we work out or we indulge in our health and fitness when something happens. There's a ailment of some sort, or you about to go on vacation, or you need to fit that dress. And so I've stopped looking at it that way and started to look at it as the journey and the lifestyle. And when you look at it that way, you stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. And you ain't got to get ready for vacation. You ain't got to get ready to fit that dress. You ain't got to get, like, because you have made it a lifestyle. And it's a journey. So that's what I'm committed to. I'm committed to the lifestyle of it and the journey behind my self-care and my wellness.
And you, Misa?
Yeah, I made the commitment to start my mornings with prayer and meditation and really tap into my intuition and be present moment by moment by moment. Yes, I have a schedule I have to keep. I have things I have to do and many responsibilities. But I really stay present and enjoy every moment of everything that I do. And I realize that life can really be that way. You can live a life that you enjoy. You can love every task. When you're living in passion and purpose, every moment it can be wonderful. Yeah, you're gonna have obstacles. Yeah, challenges are gonna arise. But if you stay centered, you can really have a great day most of the time. And then when an obstacle arises or a challenge, you can say, what's happening here? What is God pushing me to do, to see, to stop, to go, to experience? And a lot of times, every time, there's an opportunity in every obstacle. There's an opportunity in every challenge if you're open to seeing it that way. So through prayer, meditation, and staying connected. You know, I'm a creative person too, so I gotta stay like connected. You know, I'm getting ideas all the time and crazy things I want to do, and I need that to come through. Or I don't feel right. I get, you know, feel like I'm clogged up. So really, staying into connection with God. I talk to God all day, every minute. While I'm talking to you, I'm still talking to God. And staying in that place for me strengthens me. It makes me feel the most powerful and ready for everything.
Oh, that's good. You know something a lot of women are missing? It's just straight up laughter. Like the ability to just laugh and smile and enjoy. It's such a significant part of our health. But so many women are so wound up and tight. Like you said, I will say they're not aligned. And so what gives you joy? Where does your joy come from?
I love to laugh. Brandis will tell you. I like a good crack up. That makes me feel good. It releases. I love feeling happy, making people smile, and just bringing that energy every place that I go. And I think we get serious because we have things to do, you know, but you got to remember, it's okay. Everything's going to happen. Everything's going to work out. What will make you happy in this moment, you know?
My great girlfriends give me joy. You know, I think we're up here talking about sort of wellness and fitness, if you will, but there's a lot of self-care in just having a good kiki with your girlfriends.
Yes.
I get a lot of joy from that, and just engaging with women, whether, you know, we have a long-standing relationship or a new one. Like, that gives me joy in just engaging with others, having a conversation, laughing. Yeah, that gives me immense joy. And I love my thing. People are like, well, what's your hobbies? My hobbies are making memories and creating moments. And I do that best when I'm with my girlfriends, when I'm in those moments of joy.
Yeah.
Well, to echo what Kéla just said, there's certain girlfriends I have on call that I know who lift my spirits. It's, you know. So I grew up. I'm a native New Yorker. I grew up here in New York, but I grew up in outer boroughs like Queens, and I moved to Harlem about 5 years ago. That changed my life, first of all, because you can call up somebody like, meet me in 15 minutes at such and such, you know what I mean? So it's like that. Whereas when I lived out on Long Island, it was like, oh, I felt very isolated out there. So now that I live in Harlem, it was dark times, dark times.
Like when people say Queens of Long Island, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, out there.
Sorry to hear
where
that.
the airports are.
Sorry.
Where the airports are. I grew up by JFK. Joint host. I was drawn to. At first, I was going to move to Brooklyn because I've lived in Brooklyn before, but something drew me to Harlem, and it's been a life changer for me because things are just like right there. So.
The environment.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I love that. Like sometimes you can literally change your location, and that can change everything. So I know
Everything.
even some of you in this room, some of you who were in the group, you were thinking about like relocating. Sometimes just relocating, maybe not even to a different city, but to a different neighborhood, to a different borough. It can change everything.
Yeah.
And so it's just and that is like definitely self-care. I want to know like one tip, trick, something y'all do that everybody can do like in the next week. One self-care little tip that you can do. You got your hand up.
Because I just shared it with my group. I put on sunglasses. I told them so my kids know when I put my sunglasses on, I'm on a vacation in my head. And sometimes I just watch Lifetime movie network, but it might just be or Law and Order. I've seen them all. But when I have my glasses, they just know I'm on vacation. So just that 3 hours of just being, give or take 3 hours, but just being able to. So sometimes you can be right in the house, don't cost me money. It just means mommy got on sunglasses, and they literally go, I'm on vacation.
I like that.
That's a good one. That's
Super cute. I like that.
What's the one?
For me, when it comes to nutrition, I was just given this, but not that I didn't know it, but I had to make a conscious effort, and it's about food.
Okay.
To not eat any white flour or white sugar, and don't drink my calories. If you can do that for like 10 days, you'll lose weight. Seriously. No white flour, no white sugar, and don't drink your calories.
Don't drink your calories.
Meaning,
Cut out all things white. If it's white, it ain't right.
basically, you know, like sugary drinks, juices, like just drink water. I drink seltzer, a lot of water. Coffee, I don't put sweeteners in it.
Okay.
You get used to it after a while. You do. You lose weight. You feel better.
Okay, my tip is, and my challenge is for everyone here. Every morning when you go to the bathroom or any mirror in your house, your favorite mirror, look in the mirror, look deep into your eyes, and say, I love you. I really, really do.
Yes,
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Very good one, Misa.
And Misa, I felt that from you. I felt like when you're, if I was your mirror, I felt that. That was sincere. I like that. That was between you and the mirror just now.
And I want you to be that sincere when you say it to yourself.
Yes.
And think about you at 5 years old, 10 years old, all of you, all of that. Look, those are the same eyes. Eyes don't change. It's the only thing that doesn't age, right?
Yeah.
Look in your eyes and tell yourself, let me say it again.
Yeah.
I love you. I love you, girl. I really, really do.
Yes.
I don't want to follow that. Those are all the tips you need. That one, stay away from the white stuff. Look in the mirror and love yourself. I second those tips. That part. And the sunglasses, that's a good tip too.
Yeah.
Sunglasses real good.
I love the sunglasses. I'm going to do that.
We'll be right back after these messages. What's up, great girlfriends? Who else has tried FabFitFun? If you don't already know about it, it's a seasonal box with full-size beauty, fitness, and lifestyle products. The box I received is epic. Each season's box features a variety of amazing quality brands like Tarte, Kate Somerville, Anthropologie, Free People, Dr. Brandt, and that's just the beginning of it. Don't miss out because they sell out super fast. Check out www.fabfitfun.com and use the code GREAT, that's GREAT, so you can save $10 off of your first box, making it only $39.99. Again, that's fabfitfun.com and use the code GREAT. You deserve to treat yourself. Enjoy!
Hewlett Market, a brand new shopping experience built just for you. From the best books, soothing aromatics, vegan-based hygiene, organic skincare products, and more, Hewlett Market has the essentials you need. Discover, shop, and share the best products all in one place. And all of these products were created by outstanding brands of color. From now until the end of May, visit www.hewlettmarket.com and use code TGG20 at checkout to enjoy 20% off select products just for being a great girlfriend. Shop Hewlett Market today. And this is very special because the co-founder of Hewlett Market is the better half of our co-founder, Sybil Amuti of the Great Girlfriends. So shop and enjoy.
Yeah, do we want to? Okay, we've got 10 minutes. Okay, let's get a few questions from the room. Oh, their first hand is right here. Let's see, a mic is coming your way. Oh, she doesn't need a microphone. Okay.
So my name is Ashley Glover. I'm from Harlem. I was born and raised there. Actually, when I was younger, I was like, I'm never coming back here. But now, I work with Harlem Children's Zone, and I love it. So my thing was, I was very inspired that you said that fitness was kind of like your thing, especially after your whole business and music. So when I was younger, I used to always wanted to be Britney Spears. I don't know why. And then it became Alicia Keys, and so after a while, I realized I have super bad stage fright. It was really, really bad. And then when I was in college, I got into fitness, and so I know this is like not the biggest thing, but I was always the smallest in my family. And so for some people who try to lose weight, mine was the opposite. I tried to gain weight, and so it was the whole, why don't you just pick up a fork? And I was like, well, that's almost the
I've been there.
me. Telling someone to put down a fork, and so I could never get past that. Finally, I know this is so long, I'm sorry. Finally got into the whole fitness thing, and I was able to only gain 7 pounds. But on my little self, you saw it. It was just like, okay, girl, you're doing great. But then I stopped. And so I know you said for you, like what keeps you consistent is your faith. And then, so I'm wondering, for someone like myself, I'm wondering, how do you go from like coasting, where it's like, okay, I'm at my peak, then I come back down. I'm at my peak, then I come back down. How do you stay consistent? And then eventually make it into your own brand?
Well, for me, I'm always setting goals for myself. In terms of fitness, before I was 40, I was you. I was trying to gain weight. I was like, I just want to be a size 8. You know what I mean? Trust me, your time is coming. Don't.
I was going to say the same thing.
Just eat what you want and enjoy it now. Trust me. It'll come one day.
Yes.
Because I didn't think it would, and it came. So you'll be all right. I set goals for myself. 2 years ago, I ran a half marathon. I hate running. I can't stand running. But I was like, I'm going to train for this marathon, this half marathon. I will never run a full marathon. Because everybody's like, oh, you're going to want to run a full one. No, I'm not. I'm good. 13. I'm all right. So I just set goals for myself. Right now, I'm pondering a bodybuilding competition. pondering, because I can change my mind real quick. So, but I'm just always setting goals for myself, like, oh, I want to do 40 minutes on the stair mill instead of 30. It could be something small. It doesn't have to be something as big as a half marathon, but just consistently setting goals. Say, I'm going to do this, and this is what I'm going to do to get to this.
Did you also do like that whole, like, after 2 weeks, I'm going to reward myself with this, and after 1 month, I'm going to reward myself with this? Did you do that?
No, because I don't diet in that way. I eat what I want in moderation, and I don't really think about calories in that way. I think it just gets crazy. I just know when I'm eating too much, and I stop eating so much. You know what I mean? Or if I'll say I'm not going to eat white flour. I'm not going to eat white sugar. I don't reward myself with white sugar when I'm not eating white sugar. You know what I mean? It's just, and I don't look at it as a sacrifice. I look at it as a choice. The moment you stop thinking about something as a sacrifice instead of a choice,
That's good.
it changes your mindset about what you're doing.
Yeah.
And if I can add to that, I mean, again, I think you make it a lifestyle, and it's not just this one-off, but if you make it a part of your life and that choice that you're making, it becomes a little bit easier. And again, with the goals, whether the goal is a fitness goal, or sometimes maybe like, I'm going to do a photo shoot and see the difference, or I want to see what happened in 4 weeks or 8 weeks. So you can set those kind of goals. And I think also finding yourself a crew that can do it with you, because then you have accountability, and that helps in that process, in this lifestyle. And so you don't feel like I'm falling off, because your girl gonna be like, nah, we gotta do this, because we are going to do this together. So again, making it a choice, like she said, and making it a lifestyle, and finding things that you really enjoy and really help you maintain it, so it doesn't feel like it's a sacrifice.
Please don't worry about your weight, though. Please don't worry about your weight. You look fine.
Two people, Alicia and Rachel.
Hi guys, I'm Alicia D with Mouse Crossing Company. We build confidence and cultivate community. I have a body confidence movement, and I've been studying a lot about beauty as a social construct. Okay, so I want to know from you ladies, what do you feel about beauty as a social construct? Meaning, we spend so much time in the mirror, right? We don't, take the time to be a better person, to learn more. We're in the mirror too much, right? So what do you feel about beauty as a social construct, meaning we spend too much time worrying about what we look like, okay? So any of you want to?
I don't think you could ever be in the mirror too much. I'm just gonna
I was about to say the same thing.
You're supposed to
I like
be
the
in it,
mirror.
love it, and have lunch at it.
You're supposed to look in it and say,
in the mirror. You see a mirror, you're supposed to slow motion by the mirror, like, hey girl,
Yeah. I think a little bit of vanity is okay. I mean, it's not everything, of course. I like to think I work on myself, mind, body, and spirit. So it's a trilogy. It's not just one thing. But as Sybil said, I mean, when I wake up in the morning, it's the first thing I do, is I look in the mirror, and I have mirrors all over the place. I like to look and see, oh wait, what's that? I got to work on that today. Or, I don't think it's too much, as long as you're working on the other things. I don't think that could never be all, of course, it can't be the only thing. I don't think it's the only thing with most people. And I think what you are on the inside reflects what you look like on the outside. You've seen some really beautiful people that you're like, they're pretty, but I don't know. Who you are on the inside, it reflects towards the outside as well.
Hi, my name is Rachel, and I have actually twofold questions of some health concerns that seem like they're plaguing African American communities. And I think I have a family history of it. It's one of breast cancer. So it seems like 1 out of 4 African American women are going to be diagnosed with breast cancer. And so have you dealt with women with health concerns, more so like medical health concerns, that they're looking to improve their body for those reasons? And like, how do you address them? Like if someone who's just like, I'm a breast cancer survivor, or, there was a lump found on my body and I want to get better. I want to stop eating the white flour. I want to have more of like a holistic approach to like reducing the chemicals that are in my makeup and those kind of things. And have you ever addressed like that total self-care to address those kind of concerns that are plaguing our community? And I'm sorry, the other question quickly, it's about mental health. So I just had a baby 11 weeks ago, and yeah, thank you. And I have a family history of depression. And so I found myself struggling really hard with postpartum blues. And thankfully I had friends like Sybil, who followed up with me about mental care, and my friend Lola, and just like constantly being there for me. But a lot of women, they don't have that. So what are your thoughts and your take on getting therapy? Something that's a little taboo in our community as well, where it's just like if you're getting therapy, you're completely off. But people are extremely depressed, extremely... Okay, so we'll have one of the ladies talk to that.
So the first question feels a lot more medical. I'm not sure if we're 100% qualified to speak on that one. But if you listen to the podcast and you know me, you know I'm a huge advocate for therapy. It changed my life. And so, I'm actually the person who my husband says, please don't tell everybody in this party to go to therapy, because I love talking about it. I think there is something so different about going to someone who don't know you, who has no ties to you, personally, professionally, nothing, and them hearing your point of view and your story and hearing it with fresh ears and fresh eyes that can allow you to then process it differently. I say anybody over 20, 25 should go, because if you live that long, you got things that you just need to probably go talk out.
And we also need to stop thinking of it as taboo. The fact that you brought it up, like, kudos to you. I was having this conversation yesterday at another conference. We were like, girl, you got a therapist? Tell me who it is. And I think it should be something that you talk about out loud, because I know when I was looking for a therapist years ago, I couldn't turn to any of my black female friends and ask for anyone, because it was like, what? Girl, no, I don't know nobody. What you talking about? But that's not the case today, years later. And so I think when you are vocal about it and when you, again, are expressive about it, it opens it up and it's not taboo anymore, because you're like, yes, I go to therapy and what? I'm a better person. No.
Want to commit suicide, that they need that medicine to get them to a place, and they need that medical supervision to get to that place. So that's another thing where it's like, I know that in my other non-black communities, it's just like, oh, I need to take my Ritalin. Well, that's more for hyperactive disorder, but like they'll just say, I need to take whatever the drug is, and they speak about it, as opposed to in my black friends, whatever, it's just like, if I know someone it's just like complete hush. So I think that's something that we could like.
But the same way you slide your girl like, oh yeah, this is who did my hair, call her.
Yeah. Right.
You need to be like, this is who I talk to every week, call her. Yeah. You need to share that information again and again. The fact that you bring that up, it strips away the taboo behind it, and be vocal about it. And I think don't be ashamed of it, be proud of it. If it makes you a better person, this is what it is, this is what helps me, it works for me, because I'm concerned about me, and don't be concerned about how people are going to perceive it or judge you from it, because again, it comes back to your self-care and being vocal about it.
Yeah. I think too, when you talk about in African American community, why people sometimes want to hide it. Historically the church was a safe house for us, and everything was solved at church. Yeah. And now as we've evolved, we've learned that every solution is not hidden in the pews, that we actually do need to seek external resources. And that goes to being proactive around our health and being disciplined and learning about what we're eating, so that we're aware of the things that are triggering cancerous cells in our body and causing our bodies to respond to the foods. And it's us being conscious about the type of things mentally that are taking place in our history, in our families, and addressing them head on proactively, instead of later finding out through some issue that has arisen that we have something that we now have to respond to. I think what this this conversation is to hopefully wake everyone up to the idea that we have the power. We can take full possession, be disciplined, and proactive around every single component of our life. So, when it comes to food, and 1 in 4, how can we be preventative in the way that we approach our food, in the way that we approach exercise, our mental health and stability? What are the triggers that are causing this, and how can we avoid them proactively instead of us responding? Because so much of what we do is responsive because we're not going ahead of things. And there's so much knowledge out here now that I feel that we could be stronger and better if we open our eyes to the idea that every food is not a friend. Every TV show is not a friend. Every relationship and some of our family history is not friendly. So we have to just take awareness and take possession of it, I think, would be key for us.
Thank you. And I know everyone's talking about taking care of yourself and inside and to look good, but I just want to thank you guys because what you're doing is something deeper for our community, and I commend you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Do we have time for one more question? I can't see, unfortunately, the lights.
She's like, no.
I'm sorry.
Hi, my name is Jasmine, and over the past 11 months, I've lost 50 pounds.
Right, Jasmine.
I'm not trying for applause, and I lost the weight, to your point, because I felt that my health was the one thing that I could control when I have a mother that has diabetes. I have a father that has hypertension. I have grandparents that had diabetes, and we know that weight and obesity can lead to so many of those diseases, and I'm not where I want to be on the journey. I'm still on the journey to the point made earlier, but I'm not where I was at, which is very important, and I made a decision and I started to act. Could you guys talk about the mindset? Because really, for me, every day, like you say, oh, I don't have white sugar. I mean, I literally, for like the first 8 months, I made a set of note cards saying, are you hungry? Because I know that I'm an emotional eater, I'm a stress eater, and on the back of the cards had a solution. Are you hungry? Well, maybe you should have a glass of water. Are you hungry? Did something stress you? I mean, like literally, so I don't know if you could give us something onto how you've trained your mind, because I find that it really is more in the mind, and then you can get to the food, and then working out.
Well, for me, again, I just made a choice. If I have something in my mind, like a goal set in my mind, like I want to look, for me, it hasn't, thank God it hasn't been about health issues for me. It's been solely about aesthetics. So I say, I want to look a certain way. This is what I have to do to look that way, so this is what I'm going to do. I make a choice to do it. Like I said, it starts in the mind. For me, that's all it takes. But for someone else, like yourself, it could be, right, it could be, but you did what you had to do. You wrote things down. For someone else, it may be something else. I don't know, maybe having a chalkboard and you do. I think everyone's different. For me, it's just been the choice in my head that I make. For someone like you, it's writing it down. But it's an individual choice, so you can't really go by what someone else is doing, because some other people do things, I'm like, that doesn't work for me. You have to find what works for you. And really, it all boils down to making the choice to do it.
And with that discipline, that's a big part of it in that choice. But what really helped me is having a routine. Like I follow instructions really well. Like, tell me what I need to eat for breakfast. Like, what can I eat? Like, I will be in my trainer's, I'm like, no, I need my meal plan. And so having that structure really helped me in knowing, like, okay, I'm not having bacon for breakfast because that ain't on my meal plan. I'm having egg whites, and knowing what can I have for a snack, like having those snacks, my lunch, my dinner, all of that stuff prepped or planned for me helped out a lot, and also making sure my environment reflected that. So when I started this new meal plan, I had to get rid of all that white stuff. I had to throw away all the liquor. Actually, I surrounded the liquor with egg whites. I was like, liquor don't go bad. We're not gonna throw this away. I'm just gonna surround the egg whites around it. But I had to make sure my environment was reflective of this new lifestyle choice that I was making. And so everything else had to go, and I had to bring in things that would help me make a decision. So even if I am an emotional eater, or even if I do want to snack, I'm going to snack on this fruit. I'm going to snack on I'm going to drink water instead of having something else. So I just had to make sure, like, all my juices disappeared out of my refrigerator. So I just had to make sure my environment, you can't be drinking juice, it got too much sugar in it.
You're right.
I had to make sure my environment was reflective of the choices and the discipline that I had to have for this new change.
To echo that, what works for me too is eating at certain times. I had a schedule. When I really want to lose weight, I make a schedule. 8 o'clock, I eat this. 10 o'clock, I have a snack. 12:30, I eat lunch. 2 o'clock, I have another snack. When you, like Kéla said, structure, like certain time, like if you structure it like to the time, to the minute, it works. And that after a while becomes natural to you.
I think it's about thought, words, and deeds, right? So think what you want to do, think it, visualize it, see it, how you want to be, what you want your lifestyle to be, speak it. Your words are very powerful and they're important, and you're casting every time that you speak. So don't say, oh, I'm so mad, I really want to have this cake. Say, wow, my body's really going to be happy that I'm drinking this water, that I'm eating this fruit, and I'm going to feel it, I'm going to feel alive. So action too, and your deeds, so thought, words, and deeds, they should be in alignment. And really pay attention to that, because that's how you transform. And all of a sudden you're like, wow, I'm a different person, look at them. I'm not there yet, but I'm going to get there. But it's being consistent and really speaking life over yourself, over your food, over everything.
Can I just say that every time Misa speaks, I'm over here like, amen, 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 yes, hallelujah, yes, amen.
Well, ladies, thank you so much for this time. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Hey, great girlfriends, it's that time of year again. We're inviting you to join us for the 2019 Great Girlfriends Doers and Disruptors Conference, June 13th through 15th in New York City. Our 3-day event includes exciting receptions, life-changing panels, connections, masterminds, and more. This year, we had over 100 women from around the world connect with like-minded girlfriends and create incredible memories. Now it's your turn to be a part of this exclusive event. Visit our website, www.thegreatgirlfriendsconference.com, to grab a ticket for yourself and for your greatest girlfriend. We hope to see you there.
We could not end this podcast without thanking our amazing husbands.
Yes, thank you, Kwaku.
And thank you so much, Rich Daniel.
And our beautiful children, thank you, Sam and Dylan.
And thank you, Miss Sky Daniel.
And thank you to all of you great girlfriends for trusting us as your go-to source for everything life, love, and laughter.
You can check us out on our social, on Instagram,
The Great Girlfriends,
on Twitter,
_great_GFS,
and on Facebook,
The Great Girlfriends.
And please make sure that you join our Facebook group, which is over 16,000 women strong.
Absolutely. And make sure you listen every single Wednesday on iTunes, Spotify, Podcast Bean, Podcast Republic, Google Play, and every other podcasting service.
Absolutely.
Be sure to post your questions, share with your friends, keep listening, and keep being a great girlfriend. I'm Sybil.
And I'm Brandon.
And we're signing off.
Peace.
Peace.